Good afternoon, members. Ryan Cozzetto, your Chief Executive Officer here today. And on my right, we have Don Garrett with Garrett Construction. And today is going to be our first episode of Project 2020, our first of many updates to come. And to get started, obviously I want to welcome you, Don, and thank you for all your hard work. Tell us a little bit about the demolition process. You know, we started April 5th and you were done by April 26th. How did you manage to orchestrate that in such a quick time frame?
Well, a lot of that has to do with the planning that takes place in the several months prior to the start of construction. Aligning yourself with the proper subcontractors who have the horsepower and the machinery to execute in a timely manner. So we really pushed him pretty hard.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he was able to get it done within the time frame that we had hoped for.
Excellent. Well, you've done a great job, and we're obviously off to a great start. And from there, we just like to talk a little bit about, some members may have realized some of the utilities that we've been working back and forth with power to the clubhouse and water in certain locations. And you know, that's been a challenge as well. However, obviously well orchestrated. Walk us through some of the utility improvements that have been made in preparation for the project.
Okay. Well, the first one, probably the most important one, is the electric, the Florida Power and Light Company, because that required relocation of the existing transformers that had served the clubhouse, cart barn, tiebreaker, and wellness. And those transformers not only were relocated, but they were replaced with new transformers. We also had to run the new primary service lines to the cart barn and also around the corner of the clubhouse into splice boxes. Some of this could have affected the neighborhood down the street, but it didn't. It was done in about a 4 or 5 week time frame. We had been working with FPL on this since last November. So we're glad to have that behind us. The club was operating on temporary power for the time being, and we know that there was some disruption to services at certain times when you were not expecting it. So thank you for your patience and working with us on that. The storm drainage line is going in now. You'll see a large 30-inch diameter concrete pipe. That's going in the ground with new inlets and catch basins, and that's to accommodate the site drainage for the finished product. We also have water and sewer connections which have been done. And then what will be last will be the natural gas service that will run into the clubhouse and also the new tiebreaker. So that'll come probably in about 3 months. But for now, that's the site utilities that has taken place.
Excellent. Well, obviously, you know, we've done a lot. We've made a lot of progress in a limited amount of time, and we're hoping that we just continue to maintain that pace as we move forward.
That will be our intentions as well. Run to the finish line.
Sure. Well, let's get into the good stuff. I'm sure many of our members are wanting to talk about the current progress, and we're going to go ahead and start with the tiebreaker. You know, the tiebreaker is going to be a single story, really focus on casual dining, indoor, outdoor, with capacities of up to 225. We'll have the meeting rooms as well as an expanded rack and sports shop. And that's going to tie into our resort style pool. Walk us through where we're at today from the tiebreaker component.
Okay, very well. We have cleared the site, prepped it, brought in some fill. We have poured the concrete footings and isolated pad footings. We're starting the stem wall, which is only a 2-course stem wall. And that'll bring us up to our slab height when we start preparing the area for our underground plumbing, which happens to be underway at the moment.
Sure.
So the underground plumbing for the restrooms, for the kitchen, some underground electric, and those services as well will go in. Probably, I would say, about 2 weeks from now, we should be ready to pour the concrete slab. And of course, we'll go vertical with our columns and exterior block walls.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Don. That's a tremendous update on the progress of the tiebreaker, and obviously we're all very excited to get that completed and let our members start enjoying that as soon as possible. What I'd like to do is transition into the pool area. As you know, with the pool, we're adding another section of the pool with a zero beach entry to the existing pool, and there's going to be no gate separating the tiebreaker casual dining exterior patio to the pool area, which is going to be a magnificent improvement. Where are we currently at with that portion of the project?
Okay, well, you're exactly right. This is going to be an exciting feature. So we removed the steps that led into the existing pool to prepare for making the connection between the new and the old. We're going to start the pool, what will be in early July. And not only will we have the new rectangular pool with the beach entrance that ties into it, but we're also going to refurbish the existing pool. We're going to replace the coping, the waterline tile, resurface the whole interior. So at the end of the day, these two pools are going to be identical to each other, and it's going to be a beautiful complex.
All right, Don, well, thanks for the update on the pool. And again, we're very excited about how that's going to integrate with the new tiebreaker. The pool also integrates with the two-story fitness and wellness center. And as you recall, members, that's going to have a dedicated spa with men's and ladies' locker rooms, as well as physical therapy and a barbershop on the first floor. And upstairs is going to feature 11,000 square feet, a brand new fitness dedicated space. And as you can see, a lot of work has been completed in this area as well. Don, walk us through, in this area of the project, you really got off to a faster start than any other areas of the project. And as you can see, we have a significant retaining wall that's under construction. Where are we at with this portion of the project?
Well, we started with building a cofferdam in the lake,
Okay.
which is basically an earth dike to keep the water away from our foundations in the work area. So the new wellness center encroaches into the old existing lake by several feet. Nothing significant, but enough so that it required us to build a cofferdam to work behind. So we've poured the concrete foundation for the retaining wall, and we have formed up the retaining wall itself. We hope to pour that in the next couple days. Once that is in place, stripped, then we will fill behind it, stucco the outside of the retaining wall, remove the earth cofferdam that's temporarily in the lake, and then begin work on the concrete foundations. I also might add that the elevator pit has been formed and poured.
Great.
And so we're going vertical with this building.
Fantastic. All right, Don, well, fantastic update on the current state of the project. You're making tremendous progress. Now some of the tougher questions for the group. We have a project here, WCC Project 2020, $21 million budget. We've talked about the guaranteed maximum price contract. Everybody has heard about the challenges with not only procuring the necessary material, but also some of the price increases. Talk a little bit about what you're experiencing and where we're at with regards to the GMP and securing material as part of the contract.
Sure. Well, the GMP stands for Guaranteed Maximum Price, which is the most that the club will pay for the project. And so our contract agreement locks us in on that price. We have awarded all of our subcontract agreements, assigned all of our purchase orders to our vendors for materials. So everybody is locked in on the pricing. So we're in good shape.
Excellent.
As far as being able to have the materials here when we need them, we're stockpiling materials on site now. You'll see there's a lot of masonry block that's stockpiled in the old parking lot. We're bringing in metal studs, any materials that we can procure now or in the next 30 or 60 days. We're going to make sure they're here when we need them, protected, from the environment and ready to use when we need them on the project. We don't see any challenges that we can't overcome. Let me put it that way.
Great.
We know we're going to have some challenges. We hear stories about light fixtures and air conditioning equipment, but our light fixtures have all been approved. Orders have been placed. So now it's just tracking them, which we will. We have a procurement schedule in our office that we use as a tool to track all of the delivery of the materials.
Fantastic, and obviously we appreciate your hard work in that area, and the members will also feel very confident with what you've just informed us of, and we hopefully will continue along that road.
Right.
And something that we talk about not only every week in the weekly planning meetings,
Right.
but on a daily basis of where we're at when it comes to the budget. All things are on plan at this time. Construction schedule, as everyone knows, we are anticipating a grand opening of January 1st. 2022, a very aggressive construction schedule.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that and how you've managed to, really piece this together with all the moving points to make sure that we hit that deadline in the grand opening.
Sure. Well, first of all, we have our best team here on site for project management and supervision. and we've selected the subcontractors that we know will perform and deliver for us. Subcontractors we've had a relationship with for years. We've also divided up the projects so that we're using, as an example, 2 different electricians on the 2 different buildings, 2 different plumbers on the 2 different buildings. So we've done that in order to not overload one of those trades and then have them fall behind. So both buildings are going to be built simultaneously. We have subcontractor meetings every Tuesday morning. We monitor the schedule daily, internally. So we're staying on top of it and pushing it along.
Well, thank you, Don. Some great information today. A wonderful update for our members. And for the members tuning in at home, thank you for your participation in this first update, part of WCC Project 2020. We appreciate your ongoing support, and we'll be in touch in the near future with the next update and where we're at with the project. Thank you, and Don, thank you again for your time.
Thanks, Ryan.